Two real horror stories. Story 1. A family's nightmare. The Johnson family had just moved into their dream home in a quiet suburb. Excitement filled the air as they unpacked boxes and settled in. However, strange occurrences began soon after they moved in. Initially, it was subtle. Doors creaking at odd hours, unexplained drafts chilling the rooms, and whispers heard faintly in the dead of night. Mrs. Johnson dismissed these incidents as the quirks of an old house, but the unease lingered. One evening, while Mr. Johnson was working in the attic, he stumbled upon a hidden compartment behind a loose brick. Inside, he found a weathered journal dated back decades. Its pages detailed the tragic history of the house, recounting a series of inexplicable deaths and disappearances of previous residents. As the days passed, the Johnsons experienced escalating paranormal activities. Objects moved on their own, eerie shadows danced in the corners, and a feeling of being watched haunted them constantly. Their children, usually lively and carefree, became withdrawn and fearful. One night, as the family gathered for dinner, a chilling presence filled the room. The temperature dropped, and a gut-wrenching wail echoed through the house. Terror-stricken, they huddled together, seeking refuge from the unknown entity that lurked within their home. Desperate for answers, they sought the help of a paranormal investigator. During an intense investigation, the investigator revealed that the house was built on an ancient burial ground, disturbing the resting place of the souls that once inhabited the land. The investigator performed a ritual to cleanse the house, hoping to bring peace to the tormented spirits. Yet, as the ritual concluded, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air, and the house shook violently. In a panic, the family rushed outside, watching in horror as the house collapsed into a pile of rubble. As the dust settled, an eerie silence engulfed the neighborhood. The Johnsons, now homeless but alive, knew they had narrowly escaped a malevolent force that dwelled within the walls of their former home. The memory of that night haunted them, serving as a grim reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed. Story 2. Spectral Echoes. Amidst the sprawling countryside stood an old, isolated mansion, its towering structure an eerie silhouette against the moonlit sky. The Ramsey family, unaware of its chilling history, purchased the mansion, eager for a fresh start in their new home. From the moment they crossed the threshold, peculiar events unfolded. Unexplained footsteps echoed through the empty halls, and cold drafts swept through closed rooms. Mrs. Ramsey brushed off the occurrences, attributing them to the house's age. Late one night, young Tommy, the eldest son, discovered a hidden room in the attic. Dust-covered relics lay scattered, but what caught his eye was a weathered photograph of a family, their faces worn with despair. As days turned into weeks, the mansion's sinister nature revealed itself. Shadows moved with a life of their own, and anguished whispers filled the dead of night. Mr. Ramsey, a skeptic of the supernatural, found himself questioning his beliefs as fear crept into their lives. During a stormy evening, the family gathered in the parlor. A chilling presence enveloped them, and a spectral figure materialized before their eyes. A woman in a tattered Victorian gown, her mournful gaze fixed upon them. Terrified, they sought refuge in the study, only to find the door sealed shut. Panic consumed them as the apparition drew closer, its ghastly moans growing louder. Desperate for escape, they huddled together, praying for dawn to break the haunting spell. As morning arrived, the mansion appeared calm, but an unsettling aura lingered. Determined to uncover the truth, they delved into the house's history, discovering a harrowing tale of a family tragedy that befell its former inhabitants. Haunted by the entity's sorrowful apparition, the Ramseys sought help from a spiritual medium. The medium conducted a seance, aiming to release the tormented soul trapped within the mansion's walls. As the ritual commenced, an otherworldly scream pierced the air, rattling the foundation of the house. The family clung to each other, feeling the mansion tremble before their eyes. Suddenly, the mansion fell silent, and the spectral figure vanished into the ether. The Ramseys fled the property, leaving behind the haunted mansion and the echoes of its tragic past. To this day, the memory of the spectral apparition haunts their dreams, a reminder that some places carry a darkness that cannot be easily erased. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.